Record warmth at the moment here in Sioux Falls. We just set a record at 59 degrees. It'll be mild the rest of the night and overnight. In fact, we'll have a mostly clear sky. Low temperature in Sioux Falls, 24, 19 Aberdeen, 20 in Pierre, 26 in Rapid City. During the day tomorrow, it will be a partly to mostly sunny day. And not as warm as today, though still well above average for this time of year. 42 Sioux Falls, 32 Aberdeen, 40 in Pierre, 51 degrees in Rapid City. We do have cold air returning, but not till next week. We'll tell you about that in just a bit. KELOLAND News starts now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Officials are warning about dry conditions once again after another fire in the Black Hills. We'll have the details coming up.
Plus, we take you to Des Moines, where a dog found in a trash bag has found a forever home.
And the Northwestern Iowa Utility Company competing for best drinking water in the country. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A Rapid City man is behind bars, accused of hitting an officer in the face during a traffic stop. Police say officers stopped a car just after 10 o'clock last night for an equipment violation. Authorities say the driver, 48-year-old Don Roy Janice, got out and approached a patrol car.
Janice then allegedly hit an officer in the face as they were trying to get him in handcuffs. Janice was arrested for a list of charges including assault on law enforcement and resisting arrest. The South Dakota Attorney General's office says that a Sioux Falls man admits to stealing money from a police organization in Lincoln County. 39-year-old Matthew Wilson pleaded guilty to grand theft. When he is sentenced on March 25th, he faces up to 5 years behind bars at a $10,000 fine. The theft happened between July and September of last year. Wilson took between $2,500 and $5,000.
One of two people charged in connection to the murder of a Sioux City woman was back in court yesterday. 33-year-old Jessica Bino is charged with first-degree murder in the killing of her grandmother back in 2023. Now, during the second day of testimony, Dr. Jacob Smith with the State Medical Examiner's Office took the stand. Bino waived her right to a jury trial, so the judge will decide her case if she's found guilty. Bino faces life in prison without the possibility of parole.
All right, let's turn our attention to our weather because it is something to talk about today.
Is it spring, Jay?
It feels like it, doesn't it? Enjoy this because we will certainly be back to winter next week. More on that in just a few minutes. Let's enjoy this, shall we? Our temperature right now, 58 degrees in Sioux Falls. That's down a degree from what we had a bit earlier this hour. Just a north breeze at 9 miles an hour. The north breeze will be a little bit stronger tomorrow. It'll bring in some cooler air. But you know what? It is warm all across KELOLAND. Blue skies in Aberdeen, 50 degrees right now. North wind at 7 miles an hour. In Pierre, north wind 13. 47 degrees, live cam shaking just a little bit there. Head out toward Rapid City. We have sunshine right now. A little haze in the air on the left-hand side of your screen. 51 degrees, north breeze at 13 miles an hour. Clouds hard to come by. You see the bottom right of your screen, though. Now, those are some clouds associated with a system that's going to pass to our south. Could get a little light rain later on tonight in northwest Iowa. But for the rest of us, it's just going to be watch the warm temperatures, 40s and 50s. Those are the arrows showing you the northwest breeze that will cause us to be not as warm tomorrow. Overnight tonight, mostly clear. Low, 24 Sioux Falls, 19 Aberdeen, 20 in Pierre, 26 Rapid City. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies. 42 Sioux Falls, 32 Aberdeen, 40 in Pierre, 51 degrees in Rapid City. It's going to be pretty mild, actually, right on through the weekend. We're looking pretty warm. But next week, much colder, and we do have some snow in the forecast next week. Not much, but a little bit of snow. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Jay. Investigators are looking into what sparked a fire in the Black Hills this week. The Skyline fire was reported just after 1 o'clock Monday afternoon, 5 miles west of Hermosa. Officials say the fire was contained at 11 acres yesterday. The Department of Public Safety says warm temperatures melted away the snow, exposing the dry grass and brush. Officials are asking people to be careful with anything that might cause a spark.
In Minnesota, a third incident involving a bus carrying students for the St. Louis County School District happened yesterday morning. This one involving a bus transporting students to the Northwoods School north of Cook. Jason Green with our CBS affiliate in Duluth shows us the damage from the scene and how the school is responding.
The bus crash happened right here on the entrance road to the Northwood School here in Cook, Minnesota. The bus slid off the road against these trees and then came to a rest against this light pole. County officials say the bus was carrying 31 students and the driver. 2 students were transported to the hospital via ambulance with non-life-threatening injuries. This isn't the district's first bus crash this school year. In September, a 19-year-old driving an SUV T-boned a bus carrying about 20 students. The bus rolled into the ditch and several students were hurt. The suspect was recently charged, accused of using her phone while driving. And just days before that, one of the district's bus drivers was arrested and eventually charged after admitting to having several beers hours before driving a bus with 18 kids on board. Thankfully, he was pulled over before an incident could happen. The St. Louis County School District is responsible for around 1,800 students and is the largest geographical school district in the state.
There certainly is a shortage of drivers and people trying to find drivers, but I don't think that's a factor in these 3 cases. It does seem odd that to have 3 in this school year already, but I don't see a common denominator in terms of the drivers or who we're hiring.
Superintendent Reggie Engebritsen says a different district bus will be driven by a substitute driver starting tomorrow to continue covering the route. The bus was finally towed off campus around 11:30 this morning. In Cook, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
Well, a case of animal abuse in Iowa now has a happy ending. A healthy dog headed home to a home that wants him. This is how a Lyft driver found the dog last month along a Des Moines street. The dog was stuffed into a plastic bag that was taped shut, preventing the dog from moving. The dog was also underweight. The Animal Rescue League had to carefully put his weight back on and nurse him to health. All the while, the dog's future family was watching.
To see the condition in which he was brought to the ARL was just heartbreaking. And I remember we both were watching the evening news, seeing it, and when we saw his face in that bag, we knew we wanted. We said out loud, we've got to get him.
Well, they did go get him. Look at him. Yeah, that is so nice to see. The Minglins adopted the young dog once he was healthy enough to leave the ARL. They've named him Wally, and they say he fit right into the family.
A Northwest Iowa water utility will be competing to have the best tasting drinking water in the United States. Southern Sioux County Rural Water System, based in Ironton, Iowa, won the state competition for the best tasting drinking water in November. On Monday, representatives from Ironton will travel to Washington, D.C. to compete against 49 other states to see who has the best drinking water in the nation.
Our water comes out of we got 4 Dakota wells and 2 medium wells, and the water's pretty good. And all we do is iron and manganese removal, add some chlorine to it, and off it goes. So we don't have a whole lot of treatment in our water.
Russell Coons will also have a chance to sit down with Iowa's representatives in Washington while he is there for the competition.